We've got a very special announcement to make today. I'm the chairman of the Melbourne to Osaka 2025 double-handed yacht race. I've got a very special guest, Paul Schultz from the Ocean Clothing Group. G'day there, Paul.
George, how you going? Good to be with you.
I'm feeling good, especially today, as we've got some really good news to announce to the expressions of interest who've entered the Melbourne to Osaka yacht race.
Certainly have, George. Look, it's come a long way, and this race has been going a long time, and it's just seems to be getting stronger and stronger, doesn't it? You've got some pretty impressive numbers to call out today, and from us at Ocean Clothing Group, we're the distributors of Musto and Musto Clothing and Bolle Sunglasses for Australia, and we're happy to announce we're going to come on board for the next edition, 2025 edition.
Oh, that's fantastic. Bolle and Musto, great sponsors, and you're the first sponsors to come on board for the 2025 event.
Well, it's nice to come first, George. I didn't actually win the race last time, so nice to come first in something this time. So very, very happy to be on board.
That's great. And there's another big announcement we've got to make today, that last month we received the 100th expression of interest. And we've got them from every state of Australia. We've got them from the UK, Russia, USA, New Zealand, 6 from Japan, and that's from 8 countries and from every state of Australia.
That's absolutely massive, George. To get numbers like this so far out is just incredible. And this race, it just keeps getting stronger and stronger, and it's a real testament, I think, to the challenge of this race. I think it's the longest north-south race in the world. Is that correct?
Yes, it's a longitudinal race.
Going through so many different weather patterns and have so many people on board. And a lot from New Zealand that hear this too, when we know New Zealand's very strong in double-handed racing now, and to get so many expressions of interest from that part of the world too.
Now, with all the weather patterns, I describe it as sailing through 3 seasons backwards, so we need plenty of clothing, and that's where Musto and Bolle will be coming on board.
We'll certainly keep you protected, that's for sure. I mean, having done the last edition myself, I think, you certainly start off in your wet weather gear, and you're soon in your shorts and shirts and your sunnies, and then pop out the other side and back into the wet weather gear again. So you certainly get a lot of weather.
I've got a list in front of me of the first 100 entries, and I thought, being at Sandringham, on Friday nights we have a raffle where they've got 100 numbers on a board. So I thought, why don't we do something really special and spin the wheel? I've got the 100 names already on the wheel, and we're going to find out who it comes first in the raffle and who's the runner-up. We better go back into racing parlance, having a runner-up. So is Musto or Bolle ready to come on board and provide a prize for the winner?
Absolutely. We've got a couple of nice little prizes to kick the procession off. So, looking forward to get that wheel turning and see who the winners are.
Look, I've asked Robin Brooke to spin the wheel, a past competitor and one that's been heavily involved in the planning for the last couple of events. So why don't we go over to Robin and get her to spin the raffle wheel. Okay, we've got the runner-up, and would you believe it's entry number 3. It's Ed Gibson and Rachel Gibson from Hervey Bay in Queensland. Now, as I recall, Ed and Rachel actually entered the last race in 2018, but Ed unfortunately slashed his tendon and had to pull out. So, number 3 on the entry, and he's the runner-up.
Fantastic.
Okay, let's spin it again, Robin. Okay, it's come 22nd. It's a pity we don't get one of the internationals, but I guess Tasmania's close to international for Australia, isn't it?
It is these days with COVID.
So we've got David Applin and Joe Breen on Whistler and MBD 36. Now, Joe Breen's That name's familiar too.
We spent many weeks chasing Jo down in the last race and couldn't quite catch her. But, yeah, she's back again. Fantastic. Jo did it, of course, in SS34 last time around, which was great. And good to see her back again. This
will be a surprise. So for the winner, I think it was something from Musto you had in mind.
Yep, we've got a fairly new product for us. We've got a quarter zip neck or tech fleece, which we launched this winter. So it's really good and quite apt for actually Hobart as well. So or Tasmania, those guys enjoy it in their summer down there. But it's a lovely fleece, a little technical fleece, so they'll enjoy that. And the guys up in Queensland will get a nice couple of pairs of sunnies, which will be perfect for them up there as well. So,
well, gee, that worked out well. Fleecies for Tassie and sunnies for Queensland. Now, Paul, you might be interested. Who was the 100th entry? And it is Damien King and Andrew Henderson. And Damien's recently bought Margaret Rintoul 5, which he's renamed MRV. And that boat, I think, came from New South Wales, a 62-footer.
Yeah, in fact, I know the boat reasonably well. Not too far from where I live, there's a marina in the bay, and she's been moored up down there, which I've seen it a few times. And beautiful, beautiful boat. Every time I walk past, I go, that's the one for me. But obviously not now; it's been sold. But and it's outside my price range probably. But great to see those guys enter, and that boat will be fantastic for the race. They'll have a lot of fun.
I can't imagine doing it on a fast and comfortable boat. And I really would look forward to doing the return journey, stopping off in all the Pacific Islands on the way home.
Yep. You'd want to take your time coming back, that's for sure.
All right, thanks very much, Paul. And I might see if I can find Ed Gibson and Rachel Gibson and David and Joe, if they're around, to perhaps give them a call and give them the good news.
Fantastic, George. Great to be on board again.